Hey everyone, it's Friedia here, and today I wanted to try the mixed girl tag. Now the reason why I want to do this tag is because even though it's written in my bio that I'm half Japanese Brazilian, I still get a lot of questions in the comments, and so I thought I'd just do this tag and hopefully meet other hapas or other halfsies. Okay, here we go. So I have the questions on my iPad. What are you mixed with? I am mixed with Japanese Brazilian. My father is full-on Japanese and my mom is full-on Brazilian. Question number 2, what ethnicity have you been often mistaken for? When I was in Japan, I got mistaken for European. I got a lot of, are you French ones? I don't know, maybe it was because I had my hair back a lot. And over here in the States, I don't really have a lot of people guess my ethnicity. Right away they ask what I am, so I don't really have a lot of people be like, oh, I thought you were this. Question number 3, is your hair curly or straight? My hair is curly, and if you see my mom's hair, she has the full-on curves, and if you brush it, it kind of makes this wave, but my curls aren't fully curled. It's kind of this just wave, and I remember being younger and I had straight hair. I don't know how that happened, but I did, and then I remember wanting to have wavy hair because in the 80s everyone had crimped hair and I thought it would be really cool, so I remember just doing braids at night and then waking up and taking them out to have it that way. Well, the older that I got, my hair just gradually turned into that. I don't know if it was because of those night braids. I don't think so. I have been straightening my hair. Now, I don't go that often, but I go maybe once a year to like a Japanese hair salon and get the Japanese hair straightener, and that way I can kind of tame it, because after a few months of it, then the wave and the straightener kind of work together for me, and then it creates like this soft wave. Right now, sorry, it's been a long day and I've been running around, so my hair isn't done very well, but yeah, so that's what's happening. And so since I've been doing the straightener for so long, my roots are always curly. But they're not curl, they're like this weird wave that I've never been fond of, but I guess we always wish for things that we never had. Question number 4, was coming from different backgrounds challenging growing up? Yes, it was really challenging. I grew up we were in Pennsylvania first, but I went to school in Blacksburg, Virginia, which is really small, and there's a lot of whites and blacks and not that many Asians at the time that I was there. So I remember going to school and really not seeing any Asians. The only Asians that I do remember were Indian kids. One were twins, 2 Indian girls, and one was an Indian boy. And we would always hang out together because we just kind of felt just left out. We weren't blonde and, I don't know, perfect teeth. We had braces and we were so nerdy, and I don't know, we would always hang out with them. So it was really hard. So yeah, living in Blacksburg was tough. I just remember not having that many friends. We hung out with just like our neighbors and stuff. It wasn't, I didn't really have that many friends. It was really just small, and I always felt like I was out of it because people would ask me like, what are you? Are you Asian or are you Brazilian? Like, what are you? Make up your mind type of thing, and kids can be really mean. And then moving to Japan, I think it was even worse. My dad put my brother and I into regular Japanese schools, and I remember I was in Saitama, which is it's next to Tokyo, but it's a few stations away. I remember in my school we had one Chinese boy, and he didn't really speak Japanese very well. And then we had one more, he was half from Spain and Japanese, I believe. And so we were like the 3 outsiders, and I just remember just being teased at for the size of my eyes or for the color and wave in my hair. Like, it was really, really hard. I was teased on a lot, and Wow, I have a lot of bad memories going to school in Japan. Later on I understood, like in Japan it's an island, so whenever they see something that is not like them, especially kids, I'm not talking about grown-ups, they just can't accept it. It's a really hard thing. And so, yeah, I had a really hard time. But now I feel better. I'm actually happy that I'm mixed. I think it all happened for a reason, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm a better person because of it. And also because of the experience that I went through. When I see someone who looks like they don't fit in or they're just standing in the corner, then it makes me want to go to them and start a conversation because I know how it feels. I can keep going on for hours on growing up as a mixed child in Virginia and Japan. It was quite a struggle. But at the same time, I think that's what made who I am today. So in a way, maybe it was a good thing. Question number 5, which backgrounds do you embrace the most? And this is a really tough question for me because growing up, my mother's Brazilian, and so she spoke to me in Portuguese, and that was my first language. So when I started going to school, that's when I picked up English, and then I moved to Japan. I learned how to speak Japanese, and I was there for junior high and high school, and I think that's a big time for kids because you're growing into things. So I feel like I embrace the Japanese side a little bit more, but at the same time, I struggle with it because I don't want to be full Japanese. I love that I have two cultures that I can go back and forth from and learn from and enjoy it. So even though I seem like I would be embracing more of my Japanese side, I think it's actually 50-50. And I don't even know why I have to choose a side because I'm mixed and that's just the way I am. I love my Brazilian side too. I love Brazilian people. I love the food. I love how happy they are. Yeah. So I can't really answer that question. I guess I embrace both. Question number 6. Have you ever been teased for being different? Yes. I guess this goes back to question number 4, but yeah, I was always teased at being different, for having big eyes, for having brown hair or curly hair or anything. Really, growing up when you're kids are just mean, and I got teased on a lot. So yes. Question number 7, have you ever been ashamed of being multiracial? No. Never ever have I been ashamed, or have I ever regretted. Yeah, I've never been ashamed. I'm actually really proud to be Japanese and Brazilian. Like the full Japanese Brazilian, not, yeah, in my mother's side there's German and Irish and this. That's like far, far away. I'm proud to be full-on Brazilian and Japanese combined together. So never have I been ashamed. I love being multiracial. Question number 8, do you feel that being mixed has its benefits? Yes, of course it does. I feel like when you're mixed, you're just more adaptable to things and that you are just very culturally open. And so if you go to another country, then it might be easier for you than it is for someone who hasn't been through those cultures growing up. Yeah, I think it is easier. I see more mixed people all the time and I love it. I love that I think maybe in the future that's just gonna be the normal thing, that everyone's gonna be mixed. Question number 9, what makes being multiracial a beautiful thing? I think this question is also similar to the number 8 about having two cultures come together. I think that's a beautiful thing, and just being accepting of that culture and accepting of one another, not about race, not about looks, it's just what's in here, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Question number 10, any advice to someone who struggles with their multiracial identity? Advice, just to embrace it and accept it and know that you are beautiful inside out. There's no one else like you. Growing up multiracial might be hard, or it might even be hard as an adult at a workspace, because I've had that as well. But yeah, just know that you're better than that, and you don't need to be worrying about being multiracial or anything like that, because again, I think the future, everyone is going to be multiracial. Another thing, if you are struggling, then maybe find out more about your culture, because when I moved to Japan, that's when I started to find out more about it, and I didn't know much about it because my dad never really talked about it. My mom would always talk about Brazil, and we would always go, so I know that if you're struggling, maybe go find out more about your mom's side or your dad's side, about the country, about the food, about the culture, all of that, and I'm sure it'll amaze you and interest you in so many ways that you're just gonna be like, wow, I'm so cool. Like, I get to do all of these things, and it's just really cool. Always know that there's someone that you can talk to, or possibly find someone who is similar to you. I know that when I started finding out more half Japanese, half something else in Japan, I just instantly clicked with them, because I knew that they understood what I went through and vice versa. And I don't know, just knowing that there's other people and kids like you, that for me was really powerful, because I knew that I wasn't alone, and just know that you were created for a reason and you're beautiful no matter what. Alright, so those are all the questions for the mixed girl tag. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you are multiracial, then I really hope you're not stressing out, and you have a very loving family and loving friends, and yeah, I know that's what made a big impact on me, is just having like really good friends around me. While I was doing my research for this mixed girl tag, I did find a lot of people on YouTube who are mixed with, you know, Japanese or something, or Brazilian and something else, and I just love that. I just love it. I love it so much. If you are multiracial, maybe we just like totally clicked on a different level. Maybe you learned a little bit more about me and how it was growing up, and yeah, I will see you guys in a new video very soon. Alright, bye!